Hi everyone, Sam here from Mind My Needle. Back to give you an update on my cross-stitching journey over the last few weeks. To those that are returning, thank you so much for coming back and checking in and seeing what I've been up to. Anyone that's new here, I thank you for stopping by and I hope you keep coming back to see what I've been up to. For those that are new, I am a Kiwi Flosstuber based in New Zealand. I'm located in the lower half of the North Island near Wellington, just outside it. So what have I been up to? Just a quick life update. School's back here in New Zealand, which is great. So the kids went back to school on Wednesday and I've just gotten in from work. It's after 6 o'clock here. Probably closer to 6:30 now, just got in off the train. So while no one's home, I thought I'd better stop in and give you guys an update. So what's been going on in the way of cross stitch? I have a small amount of haul. I have one finish, one new start and some whip updates for you. If you have watched my whip parade, you would have noticed in the description box I have put information in regards to the chart, the designer and what I'm stitching it on for those that are interested. And going forward I'm going to hopefully be able to keep that updated for you. So if you've got any questions, you can always look in the description box below or have my Instagram details as well as my email and just a quick rundown of my projects. But you're more than welcome to leave me a message or even send me an email and I'll answer any questions you have. So we're just going to do things a little bit out of order today, just because of how I've got things set up. So I'll do my finish first, my very small amount of haul, which will then run straight into my whips because of my new start, and then that will be us. Drink time. Right. So on my last video, sorry cat fur. On my last video I was working on a piece by Stitchin with the Housewives calling Delivering Roses. And now this is my finish. This is stitched on 16 count hand-dyed Aida by Country Stitch, who is a New Zealand fabric dye. And the last time you saw it, I think I was just working on the white. I done a little bit this side and was working on the white, and then from there I completed the white and then I went back and colour completed the rest. So that's my only finish since I last saw you guys. If you can hear the kids outside, they're the kids across the road playing. It is nice and sunny here this evening. Little bit of cloud cover but not much, so I don't blame them for playing. Straight into haul, because as I said it will lead into whips. It's my new start. I had my fabric from Country Stitch arrive. I joined their monthly Rainbow Club and I done option D, so I get a large cut of fabric and then a smaller cut. So my smaller cut is a 28 count Lugana in the colour Cappuccino, which is this really nice neutral. And then the other piece of fabric I had was 28 count Lugana in the colour Mushroom. So this is the large cut I got, which is a lighter neutral. There. And on this I had a new start. If you've watched my whip update in my last video, I mentioned that my plan this year is to get my whip count down, which means one project per bag, because at the moment I have multiple projects in some bags. But what I ended up doing is I purchased a new bag from Judith. Hi Judith. She makes and sells project bags for a charity called Outpour, which deals with cats in the community. So she donates the proceeds of the bags to them, which is very cool. So she had this one up for sale on the local buy sale page, so I purchased it. And obviously this is the fabric here. Inside says meow all through it, which is really cool. Judith include a skein of Victorian motto, which is playful potion, and it's this nice grey colour, which is very cool, and a nice thank you note as well from Judith. So because I had a new bag, I thought I needed to fill it, but instead of filling it with a old whip, I started something. So this is Jardin Prive's Cat Lovers Quaker sampler. I've had this one in my stash for a little while, and the fabric came in from Catherine, and I thought I'd start it. So I have, sorry, cat fur again. This is done in 2, 4, 6, 8 DMCs, which is really cool. And as we all know, I'm a bottom left starter, being left-handed in the way I stitch. So I finished the first motif. It's very cool. So that is all done. So it's my new start. I also pulled out this the last few weeks since my whip parade. This is by Tiny Modernist. It's called Love Builds a Happy Home. So hopefully there'll be a before picture in for you to have a look at. I'm stitching this one on 25 count Lugana that I tea and coffee dyed, and I'm stitching this one in hand, trying my hand at the sewing method. So here I am. So since last time you saw it, so it is a rather large piece. Last time you saw it, I have brought down the side and sewn in the hanging threads that I had down here, the part threads, and done this side and started on the darker green. So this is just all done in DMC as well, but that's where I'm up to on that one. Sorry, yes, I do put my stuff away as I go. I do that one last. Oh yes, I have also been working on my Twisted Rainbow sampler by Vivienne Powers. This one I purchased off Etsy, and I'm stitching it on 22 count white Hardanger. It's all done in DMC, and you'll see a picture of where I was last time. And here I am now. No. Let's use the hanging threads. So there we go. So I've made a start on the darker purple. So I had all this light stuff finished, and I'm working on this dark band here. So they're parked there because that's where it could fit in my 8x8. So I done one string here, and then I worked in this, and then I thought it would be easier just to work up this band to bring it up here, and then I can figure out this. So this motif repeats all the way up, and then there's some triangles in between here, I think. So tiny, tiny stitches, 1 over 1. I'm doing on the 22 count. Excuse me, sneeze o'clock. Right, what's next? anything else in this bag? No. I'll show you my Hayden after. Another Judith bag. This holds my Bothy thread Gorjess girl kit that I'm making for my husband's niece. Her first birthday is actually on the 28th of February, so I need to get this done and sent to her before then. So this is Ladybird by the Bothy thread. This is getting done on the 14 count Aida that came with the kit because it's printed. And you should be able to see a picture of where I was last time. And this is where I am now. So this is one side of the dress, that's the start of her face, and just some of the black accent in her dress. So I'll get some work into that this weekend because we have a long weekend, so that'll be cool. After I've made a start on my paper that's due. And the last cross stitch piece I've been working on is my Aida, my quick stitch Tranquil Tulip. As some of you may know, this is my focus Aida for the time being. This year I have also set my goal that I have one focus Aida or full coverage, one focus dimension kit, my larger dimension kit. So at the moment my focus is my Tranquil Tulip. So I'll put in, obviously hopefully there'll be pictures in, but here I am. So what have I done? I have put in all of, I think it's 939, which is why you can see more of the darker bits, which outline the tulip and a lot of the leaves and a lot in the butterfly, the darker bits. And I have been working on the green in here, which is what I'm working on now. So I just pick a colour and try and colour complete. I'm really liking that at the moment. As you can see, I've tried other methods, but they didn't take my fancy. This is being done on a 25 count easy guide 2/1/2 stitch or 10 stitch. Love, love, love. I now have a goal to try and get this piece done before May, because in May is the next cross stitch retreat for us here in New Zealand. We're going to Christchurch. I have booked and paid for everything, so I'm off for the weekend, and I would like to take that to show, because I was working on this in the October retreat in Wellington. So I really like to be able to finish that and take it down just to show people, not necessarily framed, because then it'll take up more space in my luggage. The last thing I have to show is actually my needlepoint. This is needlepoint and ribbon pin cushion, pin cushion and needle book by Jenny Hunter. That's what it looked like there, but I've got it in the green, purple, yellow, orange colourway, not the pink. And I was working on the needle book. So since I saw you last, I can't remember, but I finished both pages of the needle book. This off. So that's page 1, and I have started putting down the ribbon. So what I've done this week, this week I actually cut all the ribbon and I've started laying it and putting it on. So I started by tacking up the vertical ones first. I put them up the top and then I'm just working row by row. Very cool. Actually doesn't take too long, it's just a bit fiddly. So that's where I'm up to on that one. No, they're both in there. And that's all I have to show you. I know it's not very much stitching, but for me, I'll put this away and then I'll talk. So that's not too much stitching since I last saw you, but because of the way, obviously, hours and studying and family and blah, 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 my stitching time has reduced greatly. So I just do what I can when I can and when my eyes let me, because I've been very tired lately. We're going back to work. I am very pleased with my Tranquil Tulip. I think over the past weekend, maybe the weekend beforehand, I worked on it one night and got over 500 half stitches in, and the next day I got another 1500, so I cannot complain at all with that. And then the Bothy thread kit, I am just putting in a length or two every couple of days. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of Flosstube. I have come across two new people. They're both in the UK. The first one is Crafty Emily, and she does a lot of full coverage, which is really cool. So I watched her work parade, part 1 and part 2, and yeah, got addicted to her and seeing what she's doing. And then I came across Flossabilities, who is doing full coverage as well, pain-free crafts ones. She's got, just trying to remember, 3, yes, so Flossabilities, the way she does hers, she has 3 full coverage in a rotation, and that's the only projects she works on, and she has them 10 days each. And then it got me more motivated to just work on my full coverage to try and get it done. And then obviously with the retreat coming up in May, I'm gonna be pumping that one out, hopefully after my Bothy thread, or have more time put into it as well. But those are my only real plans, but as we all know, I just work on whatever I want as well. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling and talking shit. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to put this video up for you guys. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm going to get some stitching done. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.